Hey everyone, Hassan here. Got another Power Rangers Megaforce review for you today. This is the Ultra Red Ranger Dragon Cycle. And I don't know why they really even made this toy, to be honest with you. It's an alright toy overall. It has a lot of different things that you can do with it, which is nice, I suppose, for kids. But for collectors, it's like, why? You know, why are you doing this to us? So let's get right to it. Here's the box, first of all. And probably one of the coolest things about this whole toy is this piece of artwork right here. I like when they always do the custom artwork for the specific toys. And this one looks really cool in my opinion. You know, I like that they have the eyes lighting up on both the little Zord on the cycle and there. Now this is obviously not from the show, this cycle. It's completely made for the toy. But they make it look really cool here. Like if I saw this in the show, that would be pretty sweet. So this artwork is pretty awesome. This is probably like the best thing about this toy. It is ZordBuilder compatible, so that's really the main thing that this thing has going for it, that kids will probably like if they're collecting the different toys. And it does come with one promo card, so if you're a card collector like myself, you gotta get this toy, unfortunately. So there's your typical stuff on the sides there, nothing too fancy. The back shows the Ultra Red Ranger Dragon Cycle, and it does combine with the different blasters, or the Zords rather, and then you have the Robo Knight Lion Cycle. These are all the different cycles, so these are the older ones that have been out for a long time. Those are the new cycles right there. So I've done a review of him, so check that out, and there's that one. And these cycles are ZordBuilder compatible, so they can be put on top of the Megazord like that, or they can even be used as legs for the Megazord. So that's another fun little thing there. So I'm going to be trying a bunch of crazy combinations of these things towards the end of the video. So if you want to see that, skip towards the end, and there's going to be a lot of crazy combinations of a bunch of cycles and stuff together. I'm going to experiment with this and see just how far I can push the limits of the ZordBuilder system. Because that's the fun of this cycle, really. That's the main point of this toy, the compatibility that you have there. So this is the cycle. And it's overall, it's all right. I mean, so first of all, let's take a look at the little figure that it comes with. The figure, as with most figures that come with the cycles, pretty much sucks. Just because there's like no articulation, except for, you know, you can move the arms all the way around. Whee, yay! But this part of it is like, just what is this mess? There's just, it's all red and all gold. You know, only at the top do they try and mix the two, and that looks terrible too. I mean, it's kind of neat having the chest armor in all gold, I suppose, but it's just with the whole figure overall, it's like, what is this? So I have the metallic Ultra Mode 4-inch figure to compare. The regular one hasn't been released separately yet, only as a Toys R Us 6-pack, so I don't have that yet. But, I mean, obviously, you can just immediately see this thing just sucks. So let's move that guy out of the way. And, you know, you can actually use this figure with the cycle, too. So that actually makes it infinitely, you know, cooler. So let's put him on the cycle here. Now, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to put his legs, you know, he's not going to be able to bend them as well as the other figure if you want him to be able to, well, he kind of can. Because you have to get him to grab the little, his hand doesn't open up as easily. Why is his hand, like, forced shut? You got to, like, pry it open a little. Alright, let's try this again. So if I can get him to hold that part, which he doesn't seem to want to do, really does not want to hold the cycle there. So I'm not going to waste too much time on that. But basically, I'll show it from this side. We'll pretend like it's connected. It doesn't really work as well there, but you can kind of stick his legs outwards somewhat. You know, I don't know. That still looks cooler, just overall. With all the paint and stuff, it still looks like a much better thing overall. Let's remove this guy out of the way now. Just kind of wanted to show that you can use the 4-inch figure somewhat with the cycles. But here's the cycle itself, and it's pretty plain overall. It's just got like a grayish plastic with some dark gray down here, a little red there, and the wheels are black, and you know, that's really it with the cycle. It's nothing too fancy. There's no special design or anything with it. That's really all it is. The main feature of this is you have the Ultra Dragon Zord that it comes with. So this is the Ultra Dragon Zord. And it's gold, but it's not like a shiny gold. It's like a brownish color, but it's not. It's gold, but not shiny. I don't know if that makes sense. you probably get what I'm saying. Green eyes there. Yeah, I mean, this thing is interesting. I just wonder why we have this, because here's the deal, alright? So, with this little Zord, well, first of all, this Ultra Dragon Zord's in a couple places. You know, if I want to compare with the deluxe Ultra Dragon Zord toy, obviously this thing is much tinier, but it's the same dragon right there. It's for the Red Ranger. You know, it's the Red Ranger's Ultra Dragon Zord. But what about the other Rangers? Why did they not get any love? You know, like, what about the other Ultra Zords? We're never going to get those released, basically. Because then you also have the Ultimate Blaster, and that comes with the same thing, but it comes with a more massive version of it. So it's the Red Ranger Zord also, but it's like a bigger version. So this thing is good enough. Why do we need the tiny one? I suppose, though, I'll show you this does work with the Zords, too. So it does look a little bit better than having this one on the Zord. Actually, let me just plop that on right now just so I can illustrate my point a little more clearly. So, for example, if I want to attach this one from the Ultimate Blaster, that's kind of awkward just because of how massive that is. So, if I put the smaller one on there, and that one kind of feels a bit too tiny now, but it's a little bit better, you know, a little bit. Actually, I really wish they would have done something in between. We really got both ends of the stick right there, something too big and something too small. So nothing, no middle ground there. So I really wish they would have released the Zords for the other Rangers. That's really kind of the big thing there. That would have been cool to have the Zords for the other Rangers. But you know, it is what it is. This is what we got. The Ultra Dragon Zord here. And the main thing is this thing is compatible with a bunch of different stuff. So like I showed you, it attaches to any of the Zords and Megazords. And also, so I kind of showed the Ultimate Blaster here, but let me disconnect that one and I'll attach the tiny one here. So it is compatible with that too. So it is a little bit more awkward just with it being really tiny, but it does work. So it is compatible with the blaster. It is also compatible with the regular version of the blaster. So let's connect that one on there. Again, really tiny, so it's kind of awkward and weird, but it is what it is. And last but not least, we have the Leon Laser Blaster. So it does fit more nicely on this one too. So this one, it kind of fits a bit better on. The gold obviously doesn't fit with the rest of it because it's not meant to match, but it's nice that you have that functionality. If you wanted your Ultra Mode Leon Laser Blast, whatever you want to call it, you know, give it a fancy name, you know, go wild with it, I guess. You have that ability. So that's really the main thing there with this. The cycle itself does have a lot of ZordBuilder functionality, so you can combine it with the Megazords and everything. So I'll show that, but I want to do a bunch of random crazy combos. So before I do that, I do want to show you all the card that it comes with, just so we can kind of get that out of the way and I don't want to forget anything. So it does come with an exclusive promo card, and it comes with promo card number 74. I don't know why they didn't give an Ultra Mode Red Ranger card, because this is the Ultra Red Ranger Dragon Cycle. Instead, we got a regular Red Ranger card, as if we don't have enough of those. Although we're starting to get a bunch of Ultra Mode cards too. But anyway, so that's the promo card it comes with. This is exclusive to this cycle, so if you are collecting the cards, you have to get this. Let's take a look at what it sounds like in the Go Say Morpher. And for anything Ultra, I like to show something special with the gold Go Say Morpher, so there we go. Just as Megaforce Red, nothing too fancy there. And then, card scanner app. So there you have it. That was that clip there. So nothing too fancy, I guess. Just your typical Red Ranger kind of thing there. So yeah, that's the exclusive promo card, and if you want it, you got to get the cycle. So there's that. Now for the fun stuff. Now this is where, for collectors, it's kind of like, I don't know why I would ever display my toys like this, but for kids, this is where their imagination can run wild. So with these cycles, I'm going to bring in the Gosei or not Gosei Morpher, that's the Gosei Great Megazord here. Let me see if I can prop up my iPad even further. Alright, there we go. And you can use these cycles, so there's a port on the bottom here that can attach on top like so. Like that. And you can attach other cycles, like I can attach the, let me put on the Robo Knight Lion cycle there. And so that's supposed to be one of the fun little things that you can do with this. You know, you can attach the cycles and go crazy with that. So yay! And I suppose if you really wanted your imagination to run wild here, this is what I want to kind of mess around with. Let's see if I can get, I'm going to attach this thing on the back there. Okay, and then I guess I have to take these off. And then I'm going to attach, I'm coming up with some crazy little combo here. So I don't know if you guys are ready for this. I don't know if you are. This is a little out there. If I can remember how to even combine some of these things. Alright. No, this goes like this. Alright, let me detach some of these swords first. Alright, I have this crazy idea. And I want to see if it's possible. It's already hard to have this. Is that even right? That's not even right. This has to be folded forward. That's why. Oh, and now I'm dropping stuff. Alright. So I'm trying to see if I can get a bunch of cycles and Zord vehicles attached and then like show you, if possible, have a bunch of Rangers sitting in the cycles like hanging from the Megazord. Just because I just want to show you how random and crazy you can become with the ZordBuilder system. Because I think that's kind of one of the fun pieces of buying these cycles and Zords. You know, they're not from the show, so what else are you going to do with them other than make random combinations like this? And then, let's take this. Actually, yeah, let's leave this one in here. I think we can leave that. Whoops. But let's take this off. And let's take the piece from the Gosei Jet. Alright, so here's where my crazy idea comes into play. Are you guys ready for this? I don't know if you're ready. So, let's try and take some of the Rangers here. Let's take the Yellow Ranger. And see if I can get... This is going to be so weird. But alright, I'm going to try it anyways. I can't get the Yellow Ranger to hold the little peg right there. Alright. No, stay. Please stay. Alright, so that's kind of how that's going to work. And I'm using the metallic ones because shiny stuff is cool. So, so this is the random ideas that come through my head when I'm doing reviews. You know what? Let's attach the Power Rangers on the cycles. It'd be fun. So, nobody else is going to come up with this crazy stuff. Well, maybe other people will. I don't know. But, so, you know, if you don't care about this stuff, that's kind of the end of the review. I just want to show the different ways you can connect stuff. And I'll show also the cycles, how they connect on the bottom towards the end as well, just so you get an idea of that. Yeah, so I mean, really, overall, I would say if you're a collector, you got to get this thing. Otherwise, there's not really as much of a point. You know, kids will like it. Or rather, actually, no. What am I saying? I'm not even understanding what I'm saying. I think if you're a kid, then you should get it. I think you'll have more fun with this. But for collectors, there's not much of a point. That's what I was trying to say. Except, you know, you got to get the card. So that's why you kind of have to get it. But if there was no card, then... sort of like, what's the point, you know? That's sort of where I'm going with this thing. And, let's connect this guy. Come on, Noah. Let's see. Imagine if they had this kind of combination on the show. I can't even, oh, that'd just be too weird. It's like, I don't know. Alright. And then last but not least, let's get Troy up top. Let's see if I can get him standing there, holding on to to these pieces there. Alright, so this is the crazy stuff that I come up with. This is the little cycle combination that I have. So only with these cycles and Zord vehicles can you really get the crazy combinations of having all the Power Rangers hanging on it like that. That's really the fun of these cycles and extra vehicles. You know, this stuff is not going to be in the show, obviously, but it's just like, what random combinations can you come up with? And this, I'm sure for kids, like, they can come up with even crazier ideas and just go wild with all their ideas that they have. So there's a lot of different things that you're able to do, which is great. So now let's kind of put everything back, because I do want to show another combination here. So the other thing that you can do with the cycles is they can be used as legs on the Megazord. So what I'm going to do then is take off the snake and tiger there. Okay, we can put the little helmet back on here. But so the cycles have the connector port on here, which can go into the Megazord, like so. And where's the other cycle? Here we go. And you can, of course, have your own fun and mix and match the different Zords that go on there. So he's kind of shrunk a little bit, but he can roll around. So yay for Rolly Go Say Greats. And you can even go more wild here, have some more crazy fun by also taking off the arms here. And let's try and attach some of these the Ultra Zord vehicles, if it'll, hold on one second. There we go. I had to kind of, those things are a little tight to put on. And the other one as well. If it'll cooperate. Some of these guys, I'm like, how do kids connect some of these things? The pieces have kind of fallen off now. Alright, so yeah, so this is kind of the fun that kids may have and come up with. Here's another little crazy combination. And I could, again, put the little backpack piece on and do the same thing that I did up top and just have some insane cycle combo here. But this rolls around and, you know, you can have this thing, the cycles, twist a little and then shoot missiles and stuff. And now I'm dropping Zords from it. But you get the idea. You know, I think kids can run wild with their imagination, have some fun with that. So really that's the fun of the cycles, I believe. So let's move that to the side. This is it. So that's pretty much my review. I just wanted to show you all the different features that it has, all the different ways you can connect it. Yeah, I mean, again, it's nothing too fancy, the cycle itself. I don't really understand the point of it. But kids may get, you know, a kick out of it, kind of combining it and having fun with all the random combinations that you can make. But for card collectors, you got to get this toy. That's really the main reason I got this thing. So there you have it. And that's about it. If you guys have any questions or anything, please post them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them for you. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later. Go, go, Megaforce!